Hello, Cancers! Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. So happy to have you all here with me today. We are going to do a fun little tarot love spread for you all out there. Do keep in mind these are going to be general messages. That means not everything I say will resonate with all the Cancers out there. So please do only take away messages for your best and highest good, and you will know intuitively what those are, Cancer. You are very intuitive. If something doesn't seem to fit or resonate with your story, with your scenario, circumstance, you don't need to take on that energy. You can release it. I always recommend you come into these readings with an open mind and an open heart. Sometimes messages will resonate in a few days, in a few weeks, in a few months, and if they do, great, that's fantastic. And if not, again, you don't need to take on that energy. So let's have fun, right? That's what this is ultimately about. We'll see what message we can get for Cancer and love. Everything else you're going to want to know about this video will be in the description box below. That includes the decks I'm using as well as my social media channels. Check me out on The Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. Enough of that, let's do your reading. All right, so Cancer and love, I'm reading this as past, present, future. Again, take what resonates and only what resonates. So in the past, you have the King of Pentacles, all right? The High Priestess, that's your card, and Judgment. Okay, great. All right, so let's see here. So oddly enough, with this King of Pentacles, there may have been third-party energy. Potentially if you were dealing with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is a card of Taurus, but that doesn't have to be specific to your situation. Somebody in your circumstance or scenario may have Taurus in their chart. Yeah, you know, I don't know why, Cancer, but I'm almost getting the impression that you were interested in somebody that it was looking off to the distance, and I think you found them very attractive, and you almost put a lot of stock and value into what the relationship is or was or could have been. But ultimately, this King of Pentacles, or, you know, it doesn't have to be masculine, the gender you can kind of toss out the window, but essentially what I'm getting at is this King of Pentacles, he's looking straight forward, right? He's on his throne, he's holding his pentacle, and I'm almost sensing that this was your energy, Cancer, male or female. It's like you're looking at him, and it's almost like your head is up in the clouds of like this desire of wanting something that this king has. And I'm not necessarily saying there was a third party in terms of a person. There could have been, but I'm just getting that you were not this person's main focus. And because he is the King of Pentacles, Pentacles has to do with money, career, job, finances. They may have just had their hands full in terms of job, career, all that sort of thing. So maybe you were essentially put on the back burner, or just this person wasn't in a headspace where they were able to date. I am sort of sensing that. And I am, interestingly enough, I was saying third party, right? Because there's three people here. Not only is it potentially third party in terms of like a third element, meaning, again, focus on the money, focus on the job. It could have been like this person was involved with someone else, but for a lot of you, I'm almost getting this third party representing like the devil, like this Pan type character. And again, what I mean by the devil is some sort of toxic behavior or addiction or just bad habit, things that aren't for this king's highest vibration. So it could have been, you know, overindulgence in alcohol. It could have been overspending. It could have, I mean, absolutely, it could have been a third party person on the side. The thing is, I don't know how involved in this relationship you were. Something about it seems more dreamscape to me. Like the idea of this person is great, but I'm just getting it didn't really get off the ground with this king because, again, you weren't in the main focus. And I'm sorry, I know that sucks to hear, but that's just what I'm getting from these cards. But yeah, I feel like there's more to the story there with this king, or again, it doesn't have to be masculine, but whoever this person is that you potentially were not in their main sight, Cancer, there's something going on there with like devil energy. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe we'll clarify, but I'm saying that because it goes right into the High Priestess, which is your card. The High Priestess is all about channeling those intuitive messages. And with this, it's like saying deep down you know, or deep down you knew, right? Because this is potentially the past. You knew either about this third party, or you knew that this king was maybe not attainable, or just it wasn't the right fit, it wasn't the right time. And I'm also, with this, the High Priestess is not a communicator. Like, She channels messages from spirit, but it's all interior. It's intuitive. She's not a person of action per se. It's about sitting and knowing, almost sort of like meditative knowing. Something about trying to get more information about the circumstance or the scenario, maybe going on their social media page, or something about like reading up on them, books, or I don't know what that would have been. I'm almost getting like spying energy, like Page of Swords a little bit. And some of you may have discovered that this person had a child, or again, that they maybe had a family, or maybe it was a family that was impacting their ability to... I feel like you had this in another scenario. Maybe like this person's family was reliant on them as the breadwinner, and so again, their responsibilities were elsewhere. It was holding them back. It was restraining them. And yeah, for some of you, you may have discovered this person had a child. And then interestingly enough, you have Judgment as well in the past. So Judgment is a rebirth. Before we move on to complete a cycle, it's like tying up loose ends. It's going back and digging up things that haven't quite been reconciled or dealt with, so we can finally deal with them, put them to bed, put them to rest, and move on. You may have reached out to this person. If this was a relationship, you may have reached out to them trying to repair the relationship. I'm almost getting like offer healing or medicine, and I'm saying this in metaphor, but the idea of feeding them good well wishes, trying to fix this toxic relationship, nurse the relationship back to health. And I'm just getting, while they may have wanted to, they didn't. They resisted it. So I don't even know if this cycle could have completely been closed out, because I'm not getting the idea of, okay, it's been reconciled, we've put it to bed, we can move on. Whether that means the relationship gets back together or you move on entirely, like, you know, you draw the line in the sand, you sever the ties and go your own way. It felt like this Judgment served a purpose, but somehow like I'm just getting like the destination of this relationship got muddled or mucky, or... Yes, something wasn't reconciled, but it was supposed to be with this Judgment. It was like this final, like, putting the period at the end of the sentence, and I don't think that happened. So I'm wondering if a lot of you guys are still in limbo, maybe with this King of Pentacles, whatever that means to you. And I mean, feel free to swap the roles around, right? If you relate as the King of Pentacles, maybe your person is the High Priestess. And I always say that I'm shooting for love readings here. For some of you, this might resonate as a career reading with a boss, or familial relationships with mom or dad or whoever. It doesn't have to be romantic, but that's just what I'm reading for. So let's clarify this Judgment. Has to do with the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, the idea of teamwork, of building, of coming back together and like nursing the relationship back to health so that it can escalate, so that it can take off. It's so unusual. I'm getting that this is what was destined. This is what was supposed to happen, but it didn't. And again, for a lot of you, it has to do with this like devil energy that is consuming your king. He cannot tear his focus away from, again, career, family, money, addictions, or whatever it is that's like distracting him. And again, I'm not saying that the ultimate goal is, yes, you guys are going to be together and it's happily ever after, because clearly there's challenges here, right? I think you cared a lot about this person, like you're fixated on them, but they're fixated on something else, and I'm not really sure what that is. But it's almost like this Judgment came around for the both of you, right? You both have your own life path and life cycles and journeys to go on, right? It's like this Judgment opportunity came and it just kind of got muddled. Or if there was some sort of reconciliation, it gave somebody a lot more anxiety or stress, or I don't think it's depression, but there's something that isn't wholeheartedly lighthearted about this. It feels just kind of odd, I have to be honest. What is this King of Pentacles focused on? Can we clarify the King of Pentacles for Cancer's love spread here? What is this King of Pentacles looking off towards? The Two of Cups. Okay, so potentially another romantic partnership. You know what's funny? I'm almost getting a past ex for them as well. It's someone who they're not currently with. It's like they couldn't release an ex, maybe. Um, but yeah, it's someone that they may have had like a really intense sexual connection with, and they're having, and that could be what that devil is that they're having trouble severing it because it's like that physical draw is still, and yeah, it's just like they're still feeling it. Ooh, Cancer, this is a rough reading. I'm sorry, guys. Let's hop into the present and see what we can get. And the thing is, because the High Priestess is here, I think a lot of you knew this intuitively, but it's like things you didn't want to hear, maybe you were blocking out. And maybe that's what this judgment was about, is that you knew the truth the whole time but weren't facing it. And so maybe this judgment is to bring you back to like, kind of like, Cancer, snap out of it, like this is what's going on here. And so, yeah, it could have been that, I don't know, even with the Three of Pentacles, the idea of third party, this judgment may have been to awaken you to the fact that I'm just getting that this relationship couldn't have gotten off the ground in the current state because there was outside involvement, right? Interesting. All right, in the present, moving on. We have the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, falling right under the King of Pentacles. Guys, the Juggler. Two decisions, right? Which one am I going to choose? Which one am I going to take? That sucks. And it's a balancing act, and it's like this king is teetering on the edge. I'm almost getting like devil may care or dangerous, or yeah, something about this person may have had this very like intense wild streak about them or something, and that's what made them fun. But I don't know. It doesn't feel great. You also, okay, so you have the Wheel of Fortune coming up underneath your energy. I like that a lot. This has so much to do with changing of the seasons. Waiting for fate, destiny, for divine timing to come in. And I'm just getting, you're blind to it. The universe is going to be dropping you messages or things that are going to progress you forward. And it's almost like I don't know if you're wearing a blindfold, but it's something about you're not anticipating it or you're not expecting it because you don't see it that way. You don't see it coming in because maybe you're set in your ways, or you feel like things are never going to change. Maybe you're stuck in a rut. You feel like you just can't. It's almost like you feel like you're a hamster on a wheel and it just keeps going, but you're not getting anywhere. But the Wheel of Fortune is great because that is ultimately progression forward, right? Frequently good luck, destiny, new cycles, abundance. It can be coming into, more money or meeting a new romantic partnership. But very much with this card, it literally depicts the changing of the seasons. So you may have been involved with someone or something, or an event that was significant may have happened either with an Aries or during Aries season. And this is your reading in Cancer or Cancer season, or with a Sagittarius or in Sagittarius season. So you're going to have to look those up if you don't know when they are. But interesting. You're trying to get your balance back, though, from potentially whatever this maybe King of Pentacles kind of screwed up for you. And I don't want to push blame because ultimately we're all responsible for our own feelings and actions and how we respond to others' behavior. That's internal. That's on us, right? But I am getting that, yeah, this felt like something that was supposed to take off, and I'm just getting that it didn't. And I think a lot of you are questioning that. It's like in your heart you believe like, this is my person, I'm supposed to be with this person, and yet when judgment came around, either it didn't go as anticipated, or the attempt at a reconciliation just didn't land, it didn't take off, and it left somebody either depressed or anxious or frustrated. So then also in your present, you have Strength. That makes sense. We're just coming out of Leo season. We're headed into Virgo season in another week or so, I believe. That's come up a lot. This is the idea of getting back out there. It actually has major Chariot vibes to me, which is your card as well. Getting back out there, getting back on the horse, continuing to push forward, even though you're dissatisfied, even though you may have had your heart broken, even though you're frustrated by life in general. It's finding the inner strength and courage to put yourself in a mindset that I am worth it, that I deserve better than this, that I'm going to keep chasing after my goals and ambitions despite the past. I do think you're leaving this behind. I do think this juggler energy, if this is representing someone you were with, you don't have time for it anymore. You're moving on from it. I think you're sick and tired of waiting for this person. There's so much waiting here. I can feel it with this high priestess. It's like sitting and waiting, sitting and waiting. Maybe they'll text me today. And I'm getting that they're not, because again, their focus is elsewhere. It could have been another water sign you were dealing with, but for most of you, it's earth. It does have this very stubborn energy about it. For a lot of you, it was an earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But if this is representing you waiting for a decision, right? Like, should I do this or should I invest my time elsewhere? Again, it's like the Wheel of Fortune is coming in. Center card of your spread, Cancer. That's significant. The Wheel of Fortune is coming in to progress you forward and take you off to new lands, to new adventures, to new opportunities. Maybe with a Leo, right? It doesn't have to be. Maybe with an Aquarius. Maybe with an Aries or a Libra or another Cancer or a Sagittarius. And who would this be? Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, maybe a Capricorn as well, potentially. I mean, you have a lot of options here, right? But it's moving you on into unknown lands, into unknown territories. The Strength card frequently speaks to me about taking risks, right? Having to channel your own inner strength and determination and give yourself that little pep talk of like, yes, I'm peeing my pants with fear, but I'm moving forward because I know I have to. And like, it's self-worth. It's I'm worth better than this. I deserve to be treated better. I value my life. I value my time. I value my heart and my emotions, right, Cancer? That's important for you. You're being guided towards the light. You're being guided towards like a warm fire, if you will, right? Something that is going to incite love and passion and more excitement for you down the road. Yeah, and for some of you, I am getting kind of third-party energy for some of you. So yeah, it's that really difficult decision to, as I was saying, recognize I deserve better than this. I'm not going to be your option anymore. Choose, or like, I'm out. I'm moving forward. I'm moving. That could be what this is, right? Maybe some of you are leaving a job or leaving a partnership or leaving the town, leaving the city, leaving the country, whatever that is. What is this Wheel of Fortune about? I mean, I think we already know it's about kind of the changing of the tides, the changing of the seasons, forward progression, but I'm wondering if it has anything to do with luck or with, I don't know, a divine counterpart. Let's see. Can we clarify this Wheel of Fortune for Cancer, please? What is this Wheel of Fortune about? Clarify the Wheel of Fortune for Cancer. The Lovers. Okay, good. I'm glad we clarified it then. Sorry, my computer freezes. I have to jiggle the mouse around. I don't know if I can show you all of this because it's a little risque, but the Lovers. Okay, interesting. I will say, interestingly enough, this Lovers card has 3 people on it. And in some decks it does, because the Lovers, in general, that card can talk about making a choice, right? It's who or what we love, right? It's not always a person, but frequently in a love spread it is. So for some of you, it's leaving this third-party energy behind. And this very much speaks to me about this King of Pentacles. There's just a lot of similarities here, and they're totally different decks, mind you, but just the way the people are structured and organized around this king, and one is kind of in the background in this wishy-washy, dreamy state, right, Cancer, and then the other one is almost like this temptress, seductress, right? As I was saying, like this pan, devil-like energy, and then kind of this scandalous, like her boobies are halfway out of her little like negligee thing there. Like there's the idea of temptation, sexual passion, but yeah, I'm just getting third-party energy. I gotta call it like I see it. But optimistically, Cancer, I think you're recognizing that, and you've had to be really vulnerable and real with yourself, and maybe to this person. Maybe you did put your cards on the table, but I have to say, for most of you, I don't think you had. I don't think you did. I think this judgment went wrong. It was like divine timing was like, all right, I'm going to put these 2 back together to reconcile or to make this situation right, even if they go their separate ways. And yeah, something about it just didn't, I'm just getting it didn't come to fruition. There was supposed to be some sort of team dynamic of coming together to either build or rebuild or find a solution, right? Come to an agreement of how to reconcile this so that everybody's okay. I don't think that happened. And so it was almost like that was your cue of like, well, I guess that's it. I guess I'm out, because this person who I put so much stock in, so much time and energy and thinking that they were this great, amazing person, they really didn't step up, did they? They kind of let you down, the Cancer. And that's unfortunate. Shame on them, because they're missing out on something. But you're on to bigger and better things. And so the idea that the Wheel of Fortune is coming in with the Lovers, I take that to mean you're leaving this third-party BS behind, but also you're choosing to love yourself. And with that, when you put out vibes of loving yourself, of self-worth, that is when you are going to attract the right mate. And it's very possible that this person from your past didn't love themselves, and that's why they were constantly seeking validation and love and support from not only one person, but multiple people, right? That's unhealthy behavior in itself, right? Because, you know, if you don't love yourself, that's where you got to start. You can't be constantly seeking validation from other people. That's just, it's toxic, right? It's like this downward spiral. It's just going to keep going and going. So I like that you're choosing yourself. You're choosing yourself over this kind of crappy person. Sorry, Cancer. But yeah, and you're making your way towards love. This could absolutely mean that a new love is coming into your life, particularly a Gemini or a Leo. Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter energy, so the idea of expansion, expanding your networks, your horizons, Sagittarian potentially, as well as Aries. But yeah, okay, so that's kind of what's going on in the present if you're resonating with this. Let's take a peek in the future. Page of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Fool. All right, I like all of this. Most of this all points to a new person. So for those looking to reconcile the past, I don't know about that. You know, certainly you are your own. You are the driver of your chariot. I'll leave it at that. You make your own decisions. But this is indicating to me that your your King of Pentacles. I just called him a prince, by the way, so that says a lot. But it's almost like this person who is flip-flopping back and forth, not making a decision, keeping you on the back burner, but juggling you again with another person with potentially their job, not giving you enough attention and focus to make this relationship thrive. They do make a choice eventually. We'll clarify it, but they're looking at this Ace of Wands, and this Ace of Wands is essentially, it's meaning two different things to me here, but it's kind of the boner card, right? It's the excitement, it's the passion, it's what gets you, it's what gets you going. So I do kind of feel like the way my cards are placed, it's like this. They choose the sexual option, right? And I don't think that's you, Cancer. For most of you, I don't think that's what you want. I don't think you're looking for like a player type energy. And that's what this is saying to me. They choose the easy way out. They choose the one night stand because it's instant gratification. You know, it's like they get involved with that person and they feel good instantly. Again, it's like addictions. It may be like a sex addiction, right? I think this person makes a decision, but it could be with a fire sign if that was third party energy. And granted, judgment is like scorpionic energy, but there's fire here, right? So they could be looking at a fire sign, but because it's also falling under you, Cancer, for you, this is it's meaning something different. The idea of the Wheel of Fortune progressing you forward, choosing to love yourself, releasing old lovers, that's when new excitement comes into your life, Cancer. And this could signify new love, new friendship, new passion, new sexual partners, right? It's a new beginning with the Ace, right? The Page of Pentacles, which is consistently your person is coming off an earth energy. I would be shocked if you weren't dealing with a person who had heavy earth in their chart. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Because it's a page, it's not brand new to them. This is something they've been juggling in the past, right? So, I mean, for some of you, it could be you that they choose. But again, I would err with caution because this got off to a really rocky start. And what they're looking at is like new excitement, maybe a revival of this passion. But I mean, ultimately, it's do you want to make peace with the past and continue to build with this person? That's up to you. I think the universe wants you to expand. I think they want you to grow out of old habits and old partners and seek like new people who are going to treat you better. And so that you can have this Fool mentality, that you're not holding on to emotional baggage from the past. Taking a leap of faith with someone new at a new job in a new location. It's kind of like close the book and start a new page, or I'm sorry, close the chapter and start a new one. Like starting a brand new page, right? Like there's something very pure and innocent about this Fool, and it just feels like this relationship of the past has been a burden on you, and like I'm just getting it's been tarnished. It would take a lot of effort, mostly on this King's past, to try and fix this, and just with what they're coming up as, the Two of Pentacles, the Page, I don't know if they have it in them to really reconcile this and make it right to the point where it needs to be. I think that, yeah, you were treated like an option. You were treated just like, yeah, like, I don't know, just like a piece of meat or a piece of ass, however you want to say it. And Cancer, like, that's not you. You deserve so much more than that. And so there's such beauty and strength in this card, right? And I just see that as you choosing yourself, choosing your path over waiting around for this low life. Sorry, Cancer, no shade, but like, bottom feeder, all these really negative terms are coming to mind. You don't have time for it anymore. You are worth so much more than that. The 8 of Cups. All right, I like that. So if this king, if you will, King of Pentacles of the past, who in the future is showing up as the Page, so he's been knocked down from his totem pole, from his throne, if you will. He's maybe gotten a harsh dose of reality, a taste of his own medicine. It's like it's knocked him down in rank, symbolically. If he decides to go after something new with you, right, to rekindle the passion, which is what this wand could be, and he comes to make some sort of tangible offer to you with this pentacle, like, I messed up, I'm sorry, I want a date. I don't know if it's going to be that, because there's no cups here. There's no emotion in it. It's a physical, tangible, maybe let's fix this. But what he's looking to fix is, like, again, the boner card. Like, let's hook up and see if that fixes it. This is being clarified for you as 8 of Cups. The idea of it's no longer working for you. Emotionally, it is no longer working for you, right? It's about assessing the current situation and realizing, I used to love you. You used to bring me joy. I used to, like, fawn after you and flirt and picture these, great scenarios in my head of, marriage and dating and babies and kids and all that. But now it's kind of like, I don't know if I feel this way about you anymore. And it's badass energy, Cancer. I love it. It feels so empowered. And it comes from this place of clarity. It's like you've been putting up with all this crap from people in your past, and finally I think you've reached a breaking point. And the thing is, you're not coming at it with fire and venom and spite and jealousy. You're coming at it in this cool, collected place of like, oh yeah, like the past, that was all right, but like I'm good now, thanks. And like you're just kind of walking away like flipping the hair. And I like it because it just shows I value myself more than you ever did. More like I am going to treat myself better on my own more than you ever treated me. I'm not your option anymore. You're done with it. And again, there's such good energy coming in with Wheel of Fortune and the Lovers. Something is going to be coming into you, but that comes because you decide to take action forward. Again, valuing your own time, your own love, listening to your own heart, right? Fool energy. It's lighthearted, it's innocent, it's sweet. There's the sun and the moon there, right? It talks about old cycles and new cycles. And with the High Priestess following your intuition, right? Your intuition, Cancer, has always been strong. It's always been on point. I think you're just choosing to listen to it now. Something about like this blindfold. Do you know how they say when one of your senses is taken away, the other becomes even stronger? It's like something, I don't know what this is totally getting at, but it's something about the idea of being blinded. You have to go internally and feel it with your emotions. And I think that's what you're doing. You're recognizing that a one-night stand isn't going to cut it. Someone making these immature, like, I don't know how else to phrase it. Someone making offers to you that just don't hold a lot of weight anymore. You used to see this person as a king. They're coming up as a page now. You've lost a lot of respect for this person. And as I was saying, it's up to you if they come in with a new offer of whatever this is representing, right? Opportunity for growth, to grow the relationship again. Maybe to travel together. Again, it's up to you what you want to do, but I don't know if they're in the same headspace as you are anymore. Well, to be honest, I don't think they are. That's not what's coming up here. I think you've decided that you want better. And I think this person, for a lot of you, you are going to choose to go off the cliff into the unknown, to choose someone else, someone new. Choose yourself, right? It's going to catch this guy by surprise, or this girl, sorry, I should say the Page of Pentacles, who's potentially making an offer, maybe. I think they're going to be shocked that you don't choose them, if you don't choose them. When you tell them that I deserve better and you never valued me, that's going to come as like a total mind blow, like that head explosion emoji. Like, what do you mean? But it's going to give this king a lot of time to think and reflect about their actions of the past or their lack of action in the past. Some really stubborn energy where, yeah, it took them a really long time to make this choice. Yeah, but ultimately the decision lies with you now, doesn't it? That's the irony. This person took so long deciding that it's almost like you found your power and you found your strength in that arduous time period of waiting. And I'm getting it could have been months, even maybe years. And now it's like either they're making an offer to someone else or to you, and you're ultimately like, I think I'm good. Thanks, but I'm good. I kind of love it. Let's clarify this Page of Pentacles. Let's see if we can get any information. He's still looking for sexual conquest. That's what I'm getting. And he might try and romance you with beautiful words and songs and music and dancing and drinking. And I just don't think you have time for it. I think you see through the BS now, Cancer. King of Swords. Yeah. An ugly one at that. This is kind of a gross King of Swords. I can't even show it to you because it's kind of perverse. And I'll tell you this right now, Cancer. Well, I can show you the parts that aren't perverse, but there's third-party energy there. There's 3 people, right? This king has not made up his mind. He's the King of Swords in a lower vibration. He's not even a king. He's coming off as a page. What's clarifying it is poor decision-making. The King of Swords, who's fooling around with, like, the friggin' housemaid or whatever her name is, scullery maid, and, like, his wife is right around the corner and knows about it. A lower vibrational king. He doesn't have clarity. He's not honest. He's not forthright. He doesn't fight for the little guy, for peace, for justice. He's selfish. And that's what was coming up before. You might be dealing with an Aquarius, or again, strong earth energy. Anyway, Cancer, all right, we are going to clarify one more for you with this Fool. What else do we need to know about this Fool? What is this Fool headed towards? Hang in there, Cancer. This is such a reading of self-empowerment for you. I hope whoever needed to hear this did. Don't fall back on old habits, on old patterns of needing someone else or wanting someone else because your heart is feeling lonely or saddened. Keep moving forward. You have such better things coming into you in the future. It's time to sever this off. Yeah, I said, what is this Fool headed towards? The Ten of Pentacles. Again, I can't really show it to you because it's got nudie pictures on it, but it felt appropriate to use for the love reading. Yeah, you're coming into luxury. People who are going to see you as just beautiful, as a king, as a queen, as having tremendous amount of value and worth and love and abundance. And something about bearing of fruit. I don't know if some of you are looking to start a family, but the Ten of Pentacles does talk about not only money, right? Long-term money, stable career, money flowing, good bank accounts, healthy bank accounts. It also talks about like healthy bodies, right? Treating yourself better, mental health, psychological health, emotional health, physical health, as well as legacy, building of a family, like a seed to a tree. It represents the idea of legacy, generations, babies, grandbabies, et cetera, right? Ancestry, building really strong, solid roots in the ground. And the only way you get there is by choosing to part ways with what's familiar, going off into the unknown, taking a leap of faith, and investing in yourself, choosing to love yourself enough to go off into the unknown. All right, that is what I got for you, Cancer. I hope this resonated with some of you. I hope pieces and parts of it did. Please do hit like, share, subscribe. Leave me a comment if it resonated, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye, Cancer.